The most famous presidential murder ballad is not about the most famous president. In fact, it's about a fairly insignificant president, President McKinley. The song gets many things right. Not everything, but many things right. It talks about how McKinley was shot by his assassin, but murdered by his doctors who probed the wound with unsterilized instruments. And even the assassin, I think you pronounce it Kolchot, as a Polish name, the assassin even said as much in court. I shot him, but his doctors killed him. They get some other things right. They talk about him being shot with an Iver Johnson gun. The Iver Johnson 5-shot forward-breaking pistol was sort of the original Saturday Night Special 32 caliber. Was probably the most common. Whorehouse gun is what people would have called it. But the song gets some things wrong. It talks about his children, McKinley's children, getting a pension, which they didn't because McKinley's son and daughter both died in childhood. And it quotes his wife, which wouldn't have happened because his wife tragically suffered massive brain damage as a result of hemorrhaging during her first or second childbirth. And apparently she had the mind of a 5-year-old herself and was subject to seizures in the White House. And when she would have one of these seizures at a state dinner, McKinley would just pick up his napkin and put it over her head and keep talking until the seizure was over, and then he'd take it off and everybody would just pretend like nothing happened. Interesting guy. But probably the most interesting thing he did was to make Roosevelt president, which is kind of what this song's about. McKinley hollered, McKinley squalled. Doc said, McKinley, I just can't find that ball. You're bound to die. You're bound to die. Just one thing grieves my mind, that is to die and leave my poor wife behind. It's a hard, hard time. Hard, hard time. He tore off his specs. Doc said, McKinley, you best to cash in your checks. You're bound to die. You're bound to die. Doc jumped on his horse and he tore down that main. Doc said to that horse, you best to outrun that train from Buffalo to Washington. See what you done. You shot my husband with that Iver Johnson gun. Pack our bags, go Canton, Ohio. Hush now, little children, don't you fret. You'll draw a pension when your papa's lying dead, and he'll be gone a long, long time. Roosevelt's in the White House doing his best. McKinley's of the graveyard taking a little rest. We'll be gone a long, long time. Roosevelt's in the White House drinking from a silver cup. McKinley's in the graveyard, he ain't never waking up, and he'll be gone a long, long time. McKinley hollered, McKinley squalled. Doc said, McKinley, I just can't find that ball. You're bound to die. You're bound to die.